In the first days of the great disaster, you rushed to a backwater town on the edge of a Burkanan kingdom. This time, it seems the dice rolling on the game board will be carved out of your bones.
On to Chapter 3. Hopper Rally. You'd hurried like never before, leaving ravines and mountain passes behind, taking narrow pathways now buried by snow. Yet still you didn't make it to Albius before the spring equinox. The towers of the city are already visible, and you can hear the ringing of the bell and the roaring of the Manaz River. What could this backwater Odolan town have done to incur the god's wrath? Why Albius? There are dozens of other towns that look exactly like it. Is there some secret motive? You're filled with an overwhelming sense of foreboding. The stench of death fills your nostrils. Everything is just as Amma predicted, except for one seemingly impossible truth that, at the moment, only you know. A mortal has indeed resisted a reaper, both here in Albius and in the faraway Frisian city of Woden. You reach the town walls. The bell peals incessantly, black smoke swirls overhead, and the stench of burning flesh fills your nostrils. Could it be a plague? Why are the guards at the gate wearing Juranan uniforms? This is still the Odolan kingdom. A vagabond. Damn it. Why is it never a damsel? Hey, daydreamer. Snap out of it. Do you have paperwork? Alright, let's see. Nice to meet you, Baron Rowley. Call me Musham. I'm the commander here. And you... Oh my! You're a healer and a baron. A scribe, too. What brings your grace all the way to Albius? Nothing. Until you let me into the city. I'm no baron, either. Call me Hopper. You sound like a Juranan, Commander. Let's see. Now, what are Juranan guards doing in an Odolan town? Guarding, of course. There's already trouble on the western borders. Is that where you came from? I came down here from the mountains. I've been to the Vale of Mercy, but took the mountain passes to make it here before the snow melted. I didn't even have time to visit Opicum. I believe that. There's a Burkanan garrison at Opicum. Count Victi is in command. He wouldn't have let a healer leave his side. As for local news, the reaping has begun. Well, nearly. That makes no sense. Has the reaping begun or not? Can you tell me what's going on? Do I smell burning human flesh? Do you replace the bell ringer often? So is this the reaping or not? What else could it be? I can't be sure, but I trust my gut. The reaper, the plague, the signs, it all fits. Oh my, you've seen a reaper? Every ancient manuscript I've seen says that everyone collapses in the presence of a reaper. Manuscripts? Do I care about your manuscripts? When the reaper came, the townsfolk fell flat on their faces. Some passed out, but this one merchant was sharper than the others. He saw something. Do you think our detachment coming here was a coincidence? I admire your effort, Musham. You say you're a talker, but really haven't said too much. You've been listening intently this whole time, but I've nothing to hide. I am what I am. A scribe, a book lover, and a healer. A jack of all trades, really. Okay, so do you replace the bell ringer often? You You don't like the tune? Doesn't bother me. I've gotten used to it. Or are you after the job? I'd consider it if the pay's decent, but I don't like the noise. Hasn't the bell ringer gone deaf yet? Locals say that if not for the ringing bell, there would have been many more corpses by now. Looks like the ringing brought some of the crazies to their senses. Not instantly, but the sound broke through whatever was clouding their minds. As for the bell ringer, not my responsibility. Is it ringing by itself then? Well, never mind. No use trying to fill another's shoes. Alright, and why do I smell burning human flesh? Does it stink? Really? I don't smell a thing. Gotten used to it, I suppose. Gotten used to it? What took getting used to? Should I turn tail and run? Is there anywhere to hide? Anyhow, a monster appeared, sealed the gate, and used its, magic carry or sorcering. The folks in town started beating each other to a pulp. It wore off just like too much drink does. That's when we came to the rescue. The nobles fear the plague, so we're burning the corpses. Almost everyone in town has ulcers on their necks, but the temple servants are applying some kind of ointment to relieve the pain. It seems as though the reaping has begun, but with slower momentum. Stumbled, you say, taking its very first step. I've examined various manuscripts, but none of them mention anything like this. Well, that's enough chit-chat for now, then. I agree. I don't have all day. You're not a beautiful lass, so we're done chit-chatting. Welcome to Albius. Why summon the guards? Did I offend you? Not with defenses as good as mine. Thing is, I have orders. If I were to see a scribe at the gate, I am to send them to Cardinal Corazon. Well, why, that's none of my business. Did you say Corazon? I used to know a man by that name. If you're the Cardinal's good friend, you might have better luck than our prince. Those two don't get along, you see. My men will escort you. Goodbye for now.
The town looks glum in the aftermath of the tragic events. The reaping has indeed begun. You barely have enough time to look around as the guards briskly lead you to the town square.
You arrive at the town hall with an escort of guards. One of them, a tall, hulking man, stays behind when the others leave. He sizes you up, then points to the entrance of a nearby shop. He obviously wants you to go there. The ear-splitting peals of the bell make you wonder how the Cardinal stands it. As you take in the town hall, the guard takes stock of your horse. My name is Ake, he says. If Musham got it right, you're Hopper Rowley, a peculiar man, a book lover, healer, and baron. Sure, we'll talk to Ake. You face the gigantic warrior, smiling your friendliest smile. Why does your horse wait for you by the tent like a dog? Is it trained or something? Does it bark on command, too? No bark, I'll bite. Keep that in mind. Say, be careful with this beast. Like I need that horse of yours. It's too scrawny. My feet would probably scrape the damn ground if the horse doesn't collapse under my weight, that is. Look after it, Ake, and you shall see that I pay my debts. I haven't lent you a thing, and I'm not going to. Your horse isn't going anywhere, and neither are you. You're not leaving this town until you've spoken to the Cardinal. He and the Prince argued about that, actually. Triggs dispirited because the temple seized the right to inspect all scribes and mages coming to town. Alright. Well, let's go check things out. Curious about that bell ringer. You guard the bell tower of the town hall, and the ringing of the bell makes you wince as it screws into your skull like a bone setter's drill. There's definitely magic at work, yet who would use it in Albius? Right, and the gateway. Wondering what a sorcerer might be doing in Albius, you enter its maze of streets. You follow the fleeting trace of magic, which leads to a side alley where someone cast a spell several days ago. It's clear that it was no sorcerer. Someone used one of the magical plaques. It makes sense. They would be imbued with power during the reaping. The pavement is smeared with blood. It looks like some hand-to-hand combat took place too. A squeaking door makes you turn around. Several gloomy-looking, hulking figures exiting one of the houses stop when they see you. Large sacks on their backs tell you that either one of them is moving out, or they're common marauders. It seems like it's the latter. The thugs throw the sacks to the ground and draw their weapons. Great, fight's on! So Hopper has a quick strike and a circular hit. Well, I'll just wait for somebody to come into range, I think. Like that, apparently. Apparently I should have been a little bit farther away. Either way, it's two-hit kill. Alright. We'll take them both out. You look at the corpses, and frustration washes over you. So many soldiers were dispatched to the city, but they only protect the princes and the cardinals. Mere blocks from the town hall a daylight robbery took place. The robbers won't harm anyone anymore, though. Let's go talk to the prince. Trig, the Prince of Gerena. You didn't look so worn out last time I saw you. What aggravates you so, your highness? The beginning of the reaping, or the incessant ringing? Who are you? I've been told that a certain scribe has arrived in town. Is it you? A healer and a wandering sorcerer with a license? Hopper Rowley. Your face looks familiar. Might we have met? We met in your palace, your highness, about 3 years ago. I'd just gotten my scribe's license. I spent a whole year going through your archives. I can't remember every single palace scribe. Now, if you were a good swordsman, we could talk. I see that you do have a sword, and a staff. Isn't that a bit much? And what brings you to Albus? The staff is for walking, the sword for defending. Such are the times we live in. You either carry a sword, or someone carries your head. As to why, I got word that the reaping has almost conquered Albius. Let's run here. Where else would a healer be? Curiosity got the best of me. I like this one. Where else would a healer be during such difficult times? I don't care, as long as I don't freeze my ass off. Just tell me, scribe, healer, whatever, why in Termium are you in Albius? I am telling you, your highness. It's not a matter of my absent-mindedness, just pure curiosity. It's truly a great feeling, seeing everything for yourself, and then writing it all down. Aren't you afraid of getting entangled in the chaos? Don't you see what's happening in town now? You can't be that foolish. You are a scribe, after all. Why didn't you just run away and not look back? I would be ashamed of myself for shying away from such misfortune. I am a healer, after all, even capable of some magic, and magic definitely played a role in this. Perhaps I can be of assistance. I don't believe in do-gooders. Mages are powerless against the reaping. As for temple healers, I've got those in spades. Not much help, though. Besides, nobody cares about some ancient scrolls with all the madness going on. You're not quite sane, scribe. Everyone behaves oddly when the reaping begins, your highness. If you burn a tree's trunk, you'll hurt the branches, too. It takes time for the ancient scrolls to earn respect, and for the scribe's hard work to make people wise. You're as clever as scribes pretend to be. Tell me, was the bell ringing during the last reaping? And if it was, how did they stop it? Is there a clue in your scrolls how to silence the bell? It did ring, but differently. And not for days, at least. I mean, how do you even keep this up? Anyway, stopping the bell is child's play. Just get the bell ringer off the damn thing. Do you have any idea how many men I lost in the town hall? I don't need a scribbler, I need soldiers. So much for your usefulness. Go visit the cardinal and see if he can find a job for you. Okay. The cardinal, it appears, usurped Churlin's shop, or Rask's shop, to use his most recent name. Though this cardinal takes anything he desires. And that bell really is ear-splitting. So, there you are, Blance. And here I was, thinking not a single fly would come to this pile of dung. I have 2 flies now, including you. And once again, your cardinal, Corazon. So you're a vagabond again. They told me you call yourself Hopper. I liked Blance better. I've always been amazed by your passion for changing names. Only Amma has always stayed Amma. Your coming here is no coincidence, is it? What else did she predict? Let's see. Don't know. I haven't seen her for ages. Just the onset of the reaping. Enough with the pleasantries. I know you want something from me. Let's go with that. Nothing really, only the onset of the reaping. Does that mean she hasn't lost her clairvoyance? That's how it pans out. The reaping has also started in Frisia, not just here. That's not your doing, is it, Coranzon? Of course not. You don't think that we've sided with the Umbra, do you? We're all Umbra. Amma is, and so is Rask. He got away, from what I've heard. Who came to Albius? Are you saying you don't know, Blance? I'm surprised. Should have seen the one responsible for all this. Something hides these events from my sight, but I caught a glimpse. There are two mortals, it seems. One here, one in the north. They resisted the Reapers, an unprecedented feat. The one in the north, if I am not mistaken, even managed to excarnate him. That can't be true. Are you certain? Surely it was only disembodiment. He couldn't have killed him. You'd also feel it if an Umbra were killed. Disembodiment only. A Reaper's already attacked him twice, but not in full force for some reason. I couldn't tell exactly, but he's lost his body again. Damn it. This is a grave danger for all of us. Surprisingly, you've arrived just in time, Blance. Can I count on you? Is there anything you can't do without my help? Will you offer help in return? Shouldn't we be helping each other? Tell me what you need. Let's go with... Shouldn't we be helping each other? Spare me your chucklings. If we'd only turned Frisia into a graveyard when we had the chance, we could have avoided all of this. Naturally, once we're standing in the middle of a graveyard called Burkana. Those people are like cockroaches. Leave 10 alive, soon there will be 1,000 of them. At least they're much more efficient at getting rid of themselves than the reaping could ever be. Okay, we'll let you offer help in return. Saving someone again, huh? I'd rather you ask me to kill someone for a change. That's much easier. There are enough murders at large as it is. Although, you're one of them. Still, doesn't the thought of saving someone please you? At least a little? All right, I hear you. I'm afraid I don't share your idea of fun. I hope you'll allow me to make a decision about any requests that we make. If so, then we have a deal. Answer my questions. There's something strange about this reaping. It's waning. You think I'm hanging around here for fun? It's because of all this ringing. Like it's suppressing the reaping. For some reason, I don't think it's anything to cheer about. If it can hinder the reaping, it could mean trouble for us, too. So that's what's bothering you. Truly, there's some magic to all this, and we need to get to the bottom of it. Maybe I'm no match for you or Aniel. Ananiel? Ananiel. But I don't believe for a second that you're surprised. The first legions of Frisia are closing in on Burkana. Gabonans wreak havoc near the Ashen Wasteland. Gells have been sighted in Vandal Forest. The moment we show any weakness, the Palians are going to be at our throats. We were ready for war and the reaping, but not for this sorcery. It's not that simple. A merchant named Patagang supposedly saw a woman of profound beauty before the reaping, but no one else did. Then he saw the retired captain of the Odalon Guard, Thorn Brennan, with his daughter. They were talking to a Reaper. Why would I care about emergence visions? Although Captain Thorn did pique my curiosity. Looks like he is the man I need. Why would a Reaper converse with mortals? I wonder. I don't know. Thorn's wife died first. Took his daughter and a couple of soldiers and scurried away. However, one of the soldiers turned out to be Prince Treeg's son, and that numbskull of a prince convinced himself that his son could only be saved by the scribe who stops the ringing of the town hall bell. Does the young prince need saving? Thorn is sentenced to death. A Reaper left his mark on the town gate, and our dear Churlin broke it down when he escaped. The obvious guards were clearly a bit traumatized. Then Thorn goes and hacks them all to pieces. Drake's worried about his son and wants blood. I don't care for the prince, but I'd like to find Thorn and have a talk with him. Although, I don't care for his possible execution either. And Prince Treeg will not take me seriously as a scribe anymore, so I can't promise I'll be any help. Does Thorn know there's a prince in his squad? Should I care? I don't give a damn about the prince. One of Thorn's companions is the prince's bodyguard, some lad called Sop. His head will be removed from his shoulders the moment any harm comes to the prince, and he knows it. I'll go to great lengths to prevent that. Thorn is much more inquisitive. So this stubborn captain piqued your interest too. You think he'd fall at your feet if you appeared before him as a Reaper? Well, who knows. Where could Thorn be headed? Thorn will go from Menhir to Menhir until he realizes the reaping has corrupted them all. He's already visited the first one nearby. Even fought some Enzes there. I don't know where he's headed next. The next Menhir can be found on the outskirts of Ursus. Enzes are dangerous foes. Thorn's able to go toe-to-toe with them. He didn't earn a captain's rank for nothing. There's hope he's still alive. Being accompanied by such a commander will keep the prince much safer too. And you still haven't explained to me what you need. I want you to stop the ringing. It's not just Albius that's being affected by this magic. The bells ring all throughout Burkana now, all by themselves. Not a bell ringer in sight. All because of this one here. The Reaper didn't appear anywhere else but here. Why should I care, Corazon? I'm not unraveling someone else's enchantments. I need this body. I've got enough problems as it is. Do without your help. Maybe you should go to the top of the town hall tower by yourself. I couldn't unweave this mysterious spell. Among the Umbra, you have the best affinity for magic. Give me some advice, at least. Several people already perished in that cursed town hall. The bell's magic saps the mortal's will and forces them to climb upwards. But we're different. Very well, Corazon. But I'll only take a look. The moment I sense any danger, I'm turning around and getting out of there. Alright, well, I guess we go check out the town hall now. On your way to the town hall, you're joined by Corazon. You examine the staircase and concede that it's enchanted. Luckily, the spell doesn't affect Umbra. As you try to make sense of the intricate spellcraft, Corazon creeps up from behind and pushes you forward. Jerk. You rush up the stairs, against your will. This sorcery is affecting you too, even though it shouldn't. You must turn back, but you can't. Your feet are not your own. Dun dun dun! On the upper platform of the bell tower, you find the guards who got too close to the enchanted stairs. Their eyes are vacant. You draw your sword. The guards might not attack you of their own free will, but there's no reason to get yourself killed. Alright, well, here we go again. Okay, let's try... those guys out first. Great, that took out 3 of them. Ooh, that was a big bash. I feel like I'm gonna get myself killed. Well, if I survive this... That was way too close. The bell keeps ringing. The rope swings on its own, under the spell's effect. Simply grabbing it should break the spell, and you're free to leave. But it's a trick. Touching the rope triggers a curse. Trusting Corazon was a mistake, and you're about to suffer the consequences. Gather your courage and grab the rope, losing your footing as the bell tower crumbles. Everything goes black. All but the message burned into your mind. Follow the guiding one. Collect the 7 parts of wisdom. Read and be saved. You wake up to somebody slapping your face, then hauling you upright. You fight to open your eyes. The first thing you see is your blackened and frozen hand, which has absorbed the full power of the curse. One look back is enough to confirm your suspicions. The town hall's bell tower has indeed been destroyed. Curse is spreading, plans to stay at salute. Damn you, Corazon. You scoundrel. I get you out of the rubble, and what do I get in return? Have you gone mute or something? The town hall tower is no longer. You've brought it all down. Somehow. The store's still in one piece, though. And the ringing has stopped. That kind of magic is out of my league, Coranzon. I can only tell you that it definitely kept something horrifying at bay. It still does, but now with my help. See this hand? This unknown sorcerer must have had both hands blackened. Or could it be a sorceress? No matter. A being capable of such spell work can assume any form. The spell hasn't broken, and that's no ordinary curse on your hand. The bell must have been a decoy then, but I don't understand the enchantment's purpose. How should I know? If not for the bell ringing, the people of Albius might have slaughtered each other. Damnation! It's your fault I got caught in this enchantment, along with God knows what else. What if this blackness reaches my heart? It hasn't happened yet. Enough with the weeping. A pompous nobleman is headed your way. You met my request, so I owe you one. However, if you want to ensure my goodwill, I'd suggest you find Thorn and bring him to Opacum. I want to have a look at him. Oh, here comes Prince Trig. The dream has come true, scribe. The hag was right. You stopped the bell ringing. Well, I invite you to serve the Juranan crown from now on. Find my son Ho, and the captain who led him away, name of Thorn Brennan. Save the boy, and bring the captain to trial. Excuse my insolence, Your Highness. I just want to get it straight. First, I hear about a girl of profound beauty. Now there's talk of some hag. And what's with the dream? Does it have anything to do with your orders? I dreamt of a terrifying hag who foretold your arrival. She tried to soothe me, said you'd help me. Don't grind your teeth, Coranzon. Respect the Juranan crown. You demand respect for the crown, but you show none for the temple. All these dreams and prophecies are pure heresy. And oh, forget about Thorn. He's not your subject, so it's not up to you to bring him to justice. It might surprise you, monk, but I'm perfectly capable of making decisions without your precious guidance. Is it too much to say that annoying temple advisors belong on the rack? Let's see, the temple is above any crown, or the temple serves only Burkana. I'm gonna piss somebody off here. Going with that one because I'm kind of mad at that Coranzon dude, even if the prince is a dick too. I'd like to believe that, especially with war approaching the southern kingdoms. Say it once more, Coranzon. If anything happens to Ho, Thorn loses his head. I will pray that your son gets out of this unscathed. Yet I don't think it's wise to exact vengeance on the person trying to rescue him. The gods aren't that reliable. I'd be happy to do your bidding, Your Highness. Showed kindness to me once, and it's time I returned the favor. Finally, a voice of reason. And I don't care if it comes from a bookworm. Thank you, Coranzon, for your prayers, and you, scribe, will have others to assist you. Okay, well, off we go to the gate. Out of the blue, I entered the royal service and found myself some good travel companions. You're a new face to me. You've probably gotten the spiel about our goals and reasons, but I'd still like a proper introduction. My name is Hopper Rowley. I'm a scribe. I'm Stein of the Albius Guards. The Juranans picked me up by the watchtower and pestered me with questions all the way. Now they've sent me to accompany you. I'm not thrilled, but it's better than arguing with Prince Trig. Go with that one? Laugh all you want. I'm keeping an eye on you. Quite capable of handling a dozen gells all by myself, but taking down the town hall is another matter. Don't you dare hex me or I'll beat the living daylights out of you. I'm no sorcerer, Ake. The town hall was already falling apart. I just sneezed a little too hard. But thanks for the warning. You sneezed so hard that the cardinal himself waded through the rubble to get you out? That's some achievement right there. Chance rules the world, Ake. That, and strong fellows like yourself, if you're lucky. Okay, and you don't look like you don't approve, Stein. Look, I know I know Thorn Brennan, and I'm certain that he wouldn't kill without good reason. If anything, he'd try to save the prince. I'll follow orders and find him, but in my opinion, he's innocent. You are indeed a man of duty, following orders you would disapprove of. For the time being, all you have to do is point Thorn out to me when we catch up to him. Everybody has their own responsibilities. One of our captains thought differently, but Thorn Brennan is another story. It's a father's duty to protect his children, and protect them he will. Had it not been for this accursed reaping, Thorn might have replaced Trobel as burgomaster. Many noble souls have ascended the scaffold, but few have returned alive. Jolly good. It's time to go. We'll get to know each other on the way. Don't get spooked if anything else crumbles like the town hall. Not so fast, Scribe. His Highness asked me to give you this captain's insignia. Why a vagabond would need it is beyond me, but such is the prince's wish. He has also granted you travel documents with his personal seal. It'll make the journey easier. How curious. The prince showers us with gifts for a job that isn't even half done. Well, if that's all that you have to say, let's head out immediately. Let's talk privately for a moment. There's a long road ahead, and I need to tell you something. They say the cardinal blessed you, so you're not just some filthy sorcerer, right? So you won't make fun of me? Tall as you are, you're forced to look up at the giant. You wait for him to say something. The thing is, whenever Hag appeared to our prince in his dream, I saw a pretty girl. The one that Patagang thought he'd glimpsed. Only I never mentioned her to anybody. Why didn't you? Did you pity the girl, or was it something more? And how do you know it was the same girl? There are many pretty women in Burkana. More than anywhere else in the world, if you ask me. They make your blood race, not curdle. I nearly shat my britches when she entered my tent, the way she stared at me. And then when she vanished into thin air, I decided it would be best to keep silent about her, for appearance sake. Why did you bring her up, then? She came to me because of you? Tell your new companion to look for signs, she said. If he values his life, he should watch and listen closely. The signs she mentioned should be found in burnt-out coals or ruins or a place where there's no water. Something crazy like that. Crazy or not, thanks for telling me. I'll rack my brain for a way to save the prince and solve these puzzles. Let's go. Your ruler cannot wait to see us leave. You leap into your saddle with plenty to think about. Clearly, Coranzon received no message. It was addressed to you. Follow the guiding one. Collect the 7 parts of wisdom. Read, and be saved. Gods know where these parts of wisdom might be. This guiding one is also a mystery. It seems there's a long road ahead. No time for leisurely traveling to the far ends of Terminium. The Reaping, the Prince, Thorn, and his daughter are all bound together. One can only pray there will be no need to sever this knot. Alright, well, so we have to follow Thorn. So I think we should go this way. Follow the coal burner's track because we're looking for burnt out stuff. Track that connects Albius and the watchtower recently built near the abandoned coal burners village. Coal burning business has moved, but the name's stuck. Stein squints and smiles. There's the Albius watchtower. I was on duty there when the reaping began. It wasn't until a couple of days later that the Jurannans came to fetch me, told me about the events in town. Never thought I'd return so soon. You look at the tower and notice a rider silhouetted against it. By his stature, he's an Ents. This is their time, after all. Looks like the abominations are keeping watch now, you say with a smirk. According to ancient manuscripts, masked warriors always appear during the reaping. The giant reaches for his weapon. An abomination, you say? That's no good. Let's trash the enemy, boys. And you, book lover, stay by the tower, and don't stick your neck out. While the Ents tries to escape, you ride slowly toward the tower. As soon as you dismount near the gate, you notice a small band of Ents skirting the tower from the other side. Unlike the scout, they are horseless. They must have sent him out and then left when he didn't return. They haven't noticed you yet. Attack! You don't like the idea of smoking the Ents out of the tower, and you don't want to risk having to replace your horse. Once the Ents get farther away from the tower, you slink after them. The abominations don't notice you until they reach the end of the wood. When they do, they turn around and attack you in silence. Well, okay, I see. I don't think I can do anything there, so away we go. Right, I remember fighting these guys before. They're a colossal pain in the butt. Let's make him come to me. That didn't get him very far. Guys don't move very fast, do they? On the plus side, oh, that guy has a ranged attack. It's fine. I got this. After the skirmish, you return to the tower and clean yourself up with a simple spell. No need to reveal your talents just yet. Ake comes back looking smart, indicating the end's scout is as good as dead. You nod to the giant and mount your horse. It's time to continue the journey. Think I gained a skill point there? See, Burt Mill, Serpent Creek, Dead Spring. Let's go Miller's Track. The road bends again. Ake spots something on the wayside. Look, Hover, there's a little girl, all alone. What in the world is she doing here with no village nearby? She has a bucket, but the spring will be dry until autumn, when the rain feeds the river. When you get closer, the girl steps toward you and offers a bucket of water. Where could she draw water if the spring is dry? Did she bring it all the way from home? Something doesn't fit. You can sense another sorcery, and remember that you should look for a clue in a place without water. The girl might be bewitched, in need of help, or could be another trap. So we accept, try and sort out the spell work, or ask the girl if she needs help. Let's accept, because that seems like looking for a clue. You squat and hold out a hand for the bucket. The girl smiles and slushes the water at you. Your eyes shut instinctively, but the water never touches your face. Ake lets out an audible sigh. When you open your eyes, there's no trace of the little girl with the bucket. Ake points to the ground. Look, there's something written in the dirt where the girl just stood. You will find one on the 2. Gibberish. Must be another riddle. You know what, book lover? Let's make ourselves scarce. All this weird stuff could drive someone nuts. Okay, you'll find one on the 2. I don't even know what that means, but well. Okay, well, we got one choice, so along we go. Leaving the lifeless Dynford village behind, you approach the menhir at Albius. The road and bridge are stained with blood, but the bodies have been taken away. On the other side of the bridge near the menhir are some fresh graves and a regiment of guards. One of the guards recognizes Ake and waves. Ake! Is it really you? Going to Ursus, huh? Is it a special assignment? Or are you just headed home? Ake leaps from his horse. Where I'm going shouldn't concern you, friend. Let's just say I'm escorting someone important. A scribe, and mage licensed by the temple. The guard pushes back his helmet. Listen, could his importance maybe help us out? We have orders to bury the villagers' remains and to remove the abominable sign from the men here. We've done the first, but the second doesn't come off. Obviously, you shouldn't touch it with bare hands, but we've already tried everything. Alright, sure, let's help. You give Ake a nod and dismount. Glancing at the graves, you approach the men here. One grave is slightly older and smaller. The other looks fresh. The stink of decay hits you like a hammer. The Reaper's sign on the men here seems to glow from within. The guard trails behind you. This is where we buried the villagers. Parts of them, I should say. I've never seen anything like it. It's like they were hit by a rain of steel. I found the watchman assigned to this post in the other grave. The grave was here already when we arrived and when he had to exhume them to find out. The fellows lying there have barely been wounded, but their blood has been drained. I think Thorn Brennan buried them. Nobody else from Albius traveled that way. He couldn't have killed them, could he? Because he went to the trouble of burying them. You shake your head. I haven't met this Thorn, but it's the Enses who drain the blood from corpses. Some people call them abominations. Didn't you find their bodies? I guess not. It'd be hard to miss. Thorn must have run into them on the bridge. There's blood, but no bodies. Probably tossed them into the Manaz. You inspect the men here once more. A mark like this won't come off no matter how hard you scrub it. It will glow, however faintly, till the reaping is over. It's stronger than a sign on a gate, the sacred stone. The guard throws up his arms. So what do we do? Prince Trig won't have this. He'll take this road back to Ursus. Seeing the job unfinished is bound to get him all steamed up. Then we'll have our asses in a sling. You cast another glance at the men here and feel a strange tingling in your arm. You imagine yourself touching the men here and the Reaper's sign, glowing ever so faintly, vanishing into the stone. You realize that you're not thinking straight. With great effort, you get control of yourself. Let's do it. You walk right up to the men here and touch the sign with your hand, despite Ake's warning. There's a flash of blinding light, and a powerful force knocks you down. Feels like you're only out for a few seconds. But, judging by Ake's swearing, maybe not. The big fellow ceases his stream of profanities and sighs heavily. You woke up, You didn't snuff it, because you were still breathing. You slept for a whole day. Why in the blazes do you mess with the men here? To make the guards happy? The sign disappeared all right, but we lost an entire day, and now Thorn is even farther away. With difficulty, you rise to your feet. Your arm is somehow less black. It was foolish of me, I agree. And the sign didn't disappear. It's just lying in wait. Let's hurry up, Ake. Otherwise, we'll never catch up with Thorn.
Hey folks, Aaron here. Thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed it and you want more, please hit the subscribe button, like it, all that stuff, and don't forget the alerts for when I post new videos. New videos go up every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 8 a.m. Central. Vlogs and gaming content. You can also find me at my blog, stickstoriesscotch.blogspot.com, my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/shadowcaster, and a lot of other writing over on Mariner's Rock. Hope you'll be back next time. Until then, remember, keep your knees in the breeze and the shiny side up. And now, I gotta ride.